live stream right quick, talk about some things. We gonna have a little bit of fun. I decided to do a stream before I head to work. So I got like 20, 30 minutes. So decided to chop it up with y'all, do a stream, talk about a lot of different subjects, do a little bit of rapid fire. Okay, so before I get to the topic at hand with Errol Spence attending Terence Crawford fight finally, because Terence Crawford has attended quite a few PBC events, you know. But all right, so let me get to Canelo and Caleb Plant. We all know the results of the fight. Caleb Plant was stopped in the 11th round by Canelo Alvarez, and we've given Canelo his props to the best of our abilities. But then you have it now to where you want people to go to the extreme, and now they want us to kiss the Mexican pinky ring, and I just want to tell you, not gonna happen. Like Jay-Z stopped, we give him his props, but that's where it stops. Okay, not gonna do it. You got the wrong guy. He won, and we gonna leave it at that. Even though one of those belts, or a couple of those belts, technically Canelo didn't win that WBC super middleweight in the ring. They stripped David Benavidez and they gave it to Canelo. So if you want to get technical, because I could go that route, because some of y'all is starting to make me mad. Don't come on my channel trying to bombard my channel, telling me this and telling me that. And I told y'all I'm not gonna let y'all like put down Terence Crawford or Errol Spence or even other fighters for the sake of Canelo. If I say Bud is number one, that's my opinion. You don't like it, go somewhere else. Real talk. Okay? Now all of a sudden, Canelo's undisputed means so much. But when Bud did it, it wasn't that big of a deal. And like I say, I love catching these people and exposing them, because that's what I do. That's what I do. That's what I do. I love exposing these people, because I told you, I'm different from everybody else. I really am. But I'm working on trying to get a credential for Bud versus Porter. I was going to call in a favor. I was going, I could probably ask Kenny to help me, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do my own groundwork, and, because usually the people that I get my credentials from, they not doing the credentials for this fight. So, one company look out for me, another one, they kind of act funny style. But yeah, we about to get this cracking. But yeah, once again, salute to Canelo, but I ain't kissing the Mexican pinky ring, so just stop it. And I'm just telling the truth. He really didn't win all of those belts in the ring. I mean, you got to keep it a buck. I know. Hotel business is hating. Well, whatever. But once again, salute to Canelo. I'm just, that's it. That's all. All right. So, I want to talk about this briefly, and I'm gonna make this quick. Now, I saw the incident that happened with Jared Hurd and Jamel Charlo, where I didn't see a slap. I seen several angles. I didn't see a slap. I did see Hurd push, Jamel. Now what happened afterward? Yeah, it was Southpaw. I'm just telling the truth, and I'm not being petty, but I'm just telling the truth. He did get given the WBC belt without having to fight for it. I'm just telling the truth. Dreezy, I didn't see it, man. I didn't see it. If he did, fine. I didn't see it from the angle that I saw it. I didn't see a slap. And I kept looking at several videos, and unless I did see somebody getting away. If he did, then, whatever. I didn't see it. Just telling the truth. Just telling the truth. I know he pushed him. I did see that. But what happened afterwards is what I got a problem with. I'm about to talk about that, El Chino. I'm about to talk about. I gotta warn you guys to watch out for the cap, because we finna go that direction fair is square. You know what I'm saying? Fair is square and fair is fair. You know? But let me talk about Jermell Charlo. Like I said, I try not to get personal with them, and I'll try not to get personal with any boxer, because at the end of the day, my job is just really to just interview them and give you guys footage. But I'm just going to keep it a buck. I heard that Jermell Charlo threatened Jarrett Hurd and his woman. Now, that's what I heard. That's what I heard, allegedly, where he said, I'll kill you and your B. And I hope he didn't say that, because at the end of the day, I think that's just way out of line. But then again, it wouldn't surprise me, because, you know, Jermell got all the, you know, he got all the smoke and the animosity in the world for another black person. But he don't talk like that towards nobody else. This man did threaten Deontay Wilder. He threatened Blue Blood Sports and all that kind of stuff. And I just, like, the dude is just something else. And I don't know where he get this notion that he gonna run up on a reporter and think that he just gonna put his hands on them and think that they not gonna be no repercussion. Because I done made it very clear to any boxer. I don't care how big you is. If you swing at me, you better make it count. Because I am going to try to fight back. And I ain't looking to fight no fighter. But you're not going to run up on me. You're not going to run up on me. And you're not going to threaten me. So when I see the Charlos, I just go the other direction. I have no desire to talk to them. I have no desire to talk to them, interview them. I don't want to talk to them whatsoever. And they probably like, F me. We don't want to talk. Hey, that's fine. You can say whatever you want to say about me, but you better not threaten me. That's all I got to say. Talking about you gonna slap Blue Blood, like I keep trying to tell these dudes, you don't know where we come from. You don't know what our background is. You don't know what we did before we started doing media. So I suggest that you tread water, because you might be the one to end up drowning in a 4-foot pool. That's all I got to say. Bars. But nevertheless. All right, so some media are trying to make a big deal that Errol Spence seems to be making it a big deal that he's finally going to be attending a Terence Crawford fight, in which, by the way, Terence Crawford has attended several PBC events. So this is coming across like this is just very big news, as if we finally may get the fight that we've been clamoring for the last 2.5 years. As I said before, I will believe it when I see it. When I see Errol Spence and Terence Crawford doing a presser and they're right next to each other, then I will believe it. But this has been going on for the last 2.5 years. But now it seemed to be a big deal due to the fact that you have some of the Errol Spence extremists saying, oh, well, Errol Spence is coming to the fight. Okay. But Terence Crawford was at Errol Spence's last fight with Danny Garcia. And nobody made a big deal out of that. So I just find that hilarious. Now all of a sudden that Errol Spence is going to be in attendance, it's the biggest thing ever. When in fact it'll just be him coming to a fight. Now the real question is, Terence Crawford Terence and Shawn Porter. I talked to Kenny. I know what the game plan is, and I'm not gonna reveal the game plan. That's the game plan on how they gonna fight Terence Crawford. That's gonna be very interesting to see Terence Crawford. How Terence Crawford is gonna be able to counter and what I'm saying, use ring IQ to basically maneuver and get around what Shawn Porter has in but I like Kenny Nam's game plan, and I talked to Kenny yesterday, and Kenny told me he gonna meet with I guess the commission in a couple of days, because they gonna try to decide, are they gonna decide which referee they want. They're gonna try to decide what referee they want. Me myself, I was gonna text Kenny and tell them I think for this particular fight, based off their game plan, that they should use Tony Weeks. I don't think they should use Russell Mora. Kenny Bayless is a good option, but they would want to go with Tony Weeks. I don't know why Russell Mora is getting all these big time fights all of a sudden, because Russell Mora is one of the worst referees I ever saw in my life. But yeah, they're going to discuss who the referee is going to be sometime this week. I don't know who the judge is going to be, but yeah, and I appreciate Kenny Porter keeping me posted of what's going on. I'm going to get into town probably Friday, like right before the weigh-in happens. I get into Las Vegas around 1:29. Usually the weigh-in starts around 2:30. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go directly to wherever the weigh-in is going to be at. Well, I already know how he going to fight, Bud, but like I said, I've been sworn to secrecy. I've been sworn to secrecy. So I know what what the game plan is, and I like it. I don't like Russell Mora. I don't like him at all, because he have a history, southpaw, of like just making himself too relevant in fights. Referees are meant not to be heard from. So that's the thing. Oh, it's gonna be an excellent fight. And by the way, tickets are still available. So if you happen to be in Las Vegas, buy a ticket. The fight is gonna be at the Mandalay Bay, the Michelob Light Ultra Arena, and of course, December the 4th, which is a Saturday, I need the whole Bay Area to come out for Devin Haney versus JoJo Diaz. Once again, tickets start at $59. So let's get 10,000 in to see Devin, fight JoJo Diaz. So all the, Hispanics come through, all of the brothers come through. Let's keep this peaceful. We can root for our guys. Let's keep it peaceful. No, you know what I'm saying? It's okay to be tribal, but just don't be disrespectful when it comes to being tribal. If the Mexicans want to come root for JoJo Diaz, I'm all for that. And if the brothers want to come show some support for Devin Haney in the Bay Area, because Bill, you know what I'm saying? Bill name ring in the streets of Oakland, so Bill is an OG. Ain't finna tell the man's business, but at the end of the day, Bill is respected in the town. Bill can walk into any hood in Oakland and get and be respected, protected. I tried to get in touch with Bill, but they training right now, so I'm gonna try to get Bill on here before the end of the week. I'm gonna try to see, can I get Bill on here tomorrow, because I'm not working. Well, Tibby, you kind of right about that, because he's what symbolizes the town. You know what I'm saying? Being a wordsmith, having the gift of gab, and that's definitely what Bill got. Oh, shout out to High Street. Hey Timmy, I don't get it. Hey Timmy, I can't get it. My hood can't get a shout out to Dubs. Hey, the Dubs can't get. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the Dubs though, man. For real. The Dubs can't get a shout out, man. Come on, man. I'm from the Dubs. Oh, and shout out, yeah, and shout out to East Oakland, man. Shout out to High Street. Shout out to the West, Dogtown, Ghost Town, Lower Bottoms. You know what I'm saying? North Oakland, Gaskill, you know, Bushrod. Shout out to Sabrani Park. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Stone City. And in Vallejo, the Crest, Magazine Street, Frisco, Hunters Point, Lakeview, Fillmore, you know. And shout out to the grimy cats in East Palo Alto. This is always Bay Area. Oh, Danville. All right, man. Shout out to Danville too, man. Shout out to Danville. Shout out to Fairfield, aka the Fair Game. Yeah, this Bay Area. Born and bred it. But now, let me ask y'all this. The real question is, if Bud is successful versus Shawn Porter, and Errol Spence attempts to walk in the ring, should Bud return the favor and not let Errol Spence get in the ring as Errol Spence did to him? So that's the question, y'all. That's the question. That is the question. So you would do the same? Because that I want everybody's opinion, because y'all remember, I went to Dallas to see that fight. I went to Dallas. By the way, I ain't gonna lie, man. Cowboy Stadium is a beautiful stadium. I cannot lie. I may not like Jerry Jones, but Cowboy Stadium, that is, man, that stadium is a work of art. Because I feel like this. But I already know Bud, he gonna let Errol Spence get in the ring. But the problem I have with Errol Spence is he asked why was Bud there, and he wouldn't let Bud get in the ring. But now he might try to come in there and get in the ring like it's to his convenience. Now, if Bud doesn't let him in the ring, you already know the PBC apologists or the Errol Spence, you know what I'm saying, fanboy extremist club. Oh, see, Bud, he really don't want to fight. He really don't want to fight. But these was the same dudes that didn't say nothing. Or some of them tried to play spin. Oh, well, that was Errol Spence moment. Bud need to wait his turn. I promise you, they gonna try to pull that stuff, and you know who they are. But I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I already know Bud gonna let Errol Spence get in the ring. I know he is. But I did start to, I swear, I started to text Bomac and say, hey, Bomac, do not let Errol Spence get in the ring because he did it to y'all. But I just decided that ain't my place. I'm not gonna do that. But I wanted to. But I find it strange, just like people making this out to be like this is some kind of formal announcement. Because like I said, Bud already tried to get in the ring and tell Errol's. But I already know Bud is going to let Errol Spence. If Errol Spence chooses to get in the ring, Bud is going to let him in there. Because Bud ain't built like that. Because I know for a fact that they want that fight. And hopefully that's the next fight we can get. Errol Spence saying he want to go directly to Bud or Ugas. Because I know something is happening to where they can't guarantee Errol Spence versus Ugas next. So at the end of the day, Errol Spence been out for a while. He almost been out. Well, Errol Spence almost been out a year. It's going on a year since we last saw Errol Spence. So here's the thing. Let's just say he do try to put the Bud fight together. It's gonna be over a year since Errol Spence last been in the ring. Well, I think Bud is gonna let him in the ring. I can't wait. Well, I don't know, Vegas Mark. He talking about that he want to go directly to Bud. I think that's a big mistake on Errol Spence's part, because I think to a certain degree he kind of disrespected Bud by saying, "Hey, I could take a year layoff and I can walk in that ring and beat Terence Crawford." I don't know about that. So if you Bud, you got to look at it like, man, this dude is saying after a year layoff, he basically saying he could go directly to me and beat me. What does that say about me? But at the end of the day, we a long ways from talking about that. We got to see what happens we got to see what happens in less than 2 weeks. Because basically, you guys, it's Monday. Okay, so, at the end of the week, we 1 week away from the weigh-in. We are 1 week away from the weigh-in come Friday. So hopefully it's no crazy stuff. Hopefully I can get into the weigh-in without there being a problem. I don't know if the weigh-in is going to be open to the public. Well, I do think it's cap. I do think it's cap on Errol Spence's part. I just think he just talking because I think that would be suicidal for him to go directly to Bud after a year layoff. I think that's like suicide. I think he will take one fight, and then Bud, he said that he'll be back maybe in January, February. I just don't see Errol Spence being that arrogant to where he think after a year layoff he can go directly to Bud, what's up, and win that fight. Y'all gotta understand that's just talk. That's just talk. But it sound good though. It sound good, because I'm sure Bud would be licking his chops. Said, "Oh, okay, you want to go direct." One thing about Bud, he take that kind of stuff real personal. And I can tell you this much, Bud is training his ass off. He training like it's nobody's business. I can tell you that right now. He training hard. He looking good. And Shawn is looking good. So like I said, it's going to be an exciting fight. It's going to be a real exciting fight. So I can't wait. Like I said before, if Bud win this fight, and it all depends on how he wins this fight. Now, like I said, if he goes in there and he's the first person to stop, opponent versus Terence Crawford's next opponent, well, it's no doubt who fighting the more tougher fight, because we all know Canelo was an overwhelming favorite over Caleb Plant. And Caleb Plant didn't have the experience, which, by the way, like I said, Caleb Plant, for however long he lasted in the fight, he did exceptionally well until the stoppage. Like I said, I had Caleb Plant ahead on the scorecards. As I said before, it doesn't matter whether I had him ahead, because at the end of the day, Canelo's hand got raised because he found a way to win that fight. He found a way to win, so that's pretty much the end of the story. We could holler about what was going on before the fight happened or before the bell rung or what was going on during the fight, but Canelo's got raised at the end of the day. You know, just like I say, Marcos Maidana, he gave Floyd one of the toughest fights Floyd ever had in his life after he became Floyd Money Mayweather. Like I said, Marcos Maidana was 2 rounds possibly that Floyd had to steal and like rally to basically win that fight. At the end of the day, Marcos Maidana gave Floyd all he could handle in that first fight. I mean, he took Floyd into deep, deep waters. And he managed to get a majority loss versus Floyd. So, you know, he did well for himself. Fought a very impressive fight. Pressured Floyd all night, kept Floyd pent up against the ropes, made Floyd feel uncomfortable. So, you know, that's just the honest to God truth. But anyway, getting back to Errol Spence versus Bud. Bud will be number one. To me, he will be undisputed number one. Like I said, Caleb Plant just didn't have the experience. And you gotta keep it 100. Gotta keep it 100. Like I said, Caleb Plant, he fought very well for the first 5 rounds. I thought he won the first 5 rounds pretty much decisively. He outboxed Canelo. He confused Canelo. He had Canelo missing. But then at the end of the day, Canelo found a way. He made adjustments. And he was able to capitalize off some of the mistakes that Caleb Plant was doing. Because Caleb Plant towards the end before he got caught. Keep in mind, the difference between Floyd's defense versus what Caleb Plant was doing. Caleb Plant, when he was bobbing and weaving and when he was slipping punches, he wasn't in position at times to counter Canelo. See, Floyd always in a position where he could throw a punch. Whether he could throw an uppercut, where he could throw a lead right, or where he could throw that nice check hook. And with Canelo, Caleb Plant wasn't always in position where he could throw a punch and counter. So that's how he ended up those punches to the side of the head, which, by the way, they were legal punches. They were legal punches. Side of the head is a legal punch. Back of the head is not a legal punch. So that's where Caleb Plant made the mistake at. But anyway, you guys, thank you for tapping in. Pulled up at the job. Be back with more later on. Check out these videos I got coming up.